Well, hello Internet. Today I'm going to show you an extremely easy way to make veggie burgers that are extremely cheap and extremely healthy. So just like other videos, I'm going to start off with high protein TVP, textured vegetable protein, extremely healthy for you, and it makes everything taste like meat if cooked properly. You're going to need a cup of that. Throw that in a bowl, piece of cake. Then you're going to get 1/4 of a cup of quick oats. This is what I mean by quick oats. See, it just says quick oats on it. Throw that in a bowl. Then to that, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of oregano, which is this guy right here. 1 teaspoon of parsley, which is this guy right here. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/2 teaspoon of mustard powder. All those in there, throw that in a bowl. Piece of cake. Then to that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of pesto. I have a little recipe that'll show up underneath this video. There you are, threw that in there. Of course, you could just put dried basil in there if you're worried about the few added calories from the olive oil in pesto. And then I'm going to get myself 1 tablespoon of minced onion. This is real minced onion. And then to that, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of very hot water from the tap. And there it is. Just wait until it's a little bit too hot for your finger to sit underneath of it. And to that, you can add any type of ketchup you like. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of ketchup in this guy. And then 2 tablespoons of either liquid aminos, tamari, or soy sauce. Depends on what you like. So there's 2 tablespoons of that. And I use liquid aminos because I'm allergic to MSG. And there you are, you're pretty much done. All you need to do is stir all of this together until it is all mixed up. Okay, that's perfect. Now you're going to let that sit from 5 to 10 minutes and then add a couple more ingredients and you're ready to cook. Okay, a little over 5 minutes has gone by, and then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of creamy peanut butter. You can use anything you want. All of this is based off the ingredients I have. This comes out to 136 calories, 3 grams of fat, 12 grams of protein, and 4 grams of sugar, which is comparable to the lowest calorie, lowest fat Morningstar brand garden veggie burger. Then to that, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast and 1/4 of a cup of whole wheat flour. And then you're going to stir. Meanwhile, on the side, you could have yourself set up a tablespoon of vegetable oil, or you could use palm oil or whatever you want, heating at about 60% of its temperature on your stovetop. And you're just going to stir this until it is consistent. You can see it sort of looks like ground beef. And this holds beautifully, and it is extremely inexpensive. It costs about 1/4 the cost of buying veggie burgers in a store. After you're happy with your consistency, we're going to go to the stovetop. Okay, here we are on our stovetop. Now I'm just going to take a little chunk of this fake meat stuff and I'm going to throw it in the side of a pan. I'm going to wait until it starts to bubble. Then remember, this is 60%. And if we zoom in there, you can see that it's already starting to bubble. See? Real easy. You don't need to use a temperature gauge or anything else. Very easy to fry things in a pan. So then I'm just going to dip in here and I'm going to try to get myself about 1/4 of the total mixture. Just an estimate. Doesn't need to be exact by any means. And I just want to form this into a patty. See? Very, very simple. If you find it sticking to your hands, just put your hands under hot water and then throw it in the pan. And then go and try to get about another 1/4 of your total mixture. Of course, you could get less if you want a smaller hamburger. So just grab that out of there, throw it in the pan. And then you can get yourself another 1/4 of your total mixture. Da-da-da. Throw it in the pan. And let those cook for about 2 minutes on each side. Might help them cook a little bit. Press them down into the pan. And after 2 minutes, let's go in here and see how we're doing. Yep, looking nice. Scoop up the other one, throw it in there. See, they're browning up very, very nicely. And these are just beautiful burgers. I think they are comparable to anything you buy in a store for much more money. So there you go. There's how to make cheap, healthy, extremely easy veggie burgers at home. Leave any questions, comments, or requests below. Otherwise, till next time.